Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Simple Lines 3-leg penny foot base floor lamp. This is the 242051. Always been very popular, still very popular. Let's get into the size of the fixture itself. 59 inches to the top of the shade. The base on this is coming in at 16 inches in diameter, and then the diameter of the shade itself, which is the widest point left to right, is coming in at 17. So why don't we move on and talk a little bit more about the shade. Shade is going to be using Hubbardton Forge's natural white Anna, which is a pure white. It's not going to interfere with the design of the fixture. Light will be able to come through it. On the inside of it, it's going to have a white lining, which is going to bounce your light down. The spider at the top is always going to be in black. That's the metal parts up there. So the size of this is going to be 17 across the bottom. Top of it is 6.5 in diameter, and then 11 inches going up the slope. We sell replacements of these too, so if you ever needed new shades, just drop us a quick email. We can do that for you. As far as the harp goes, the harp and the socket are always going to be, the harp, just so you know, is the metal parts that kind of go up like this, and the shade sits on top. It's always going to be in a gunmetal color, this gunmetal color. So something else you want to know, the little finial that you'll see in your parts bag, this guy, fits on top of the spider and on top of the harp and keeps all of this together. This is going to be in the same finish as what you chose for your choose your finish for your lamp. So there you go on that. Why don't we get into kind of quick, we'll talk about the socket on this. So it's using a dimmable socket. We don't use the three-way sockets anymore back when there were incandescent bulbs available. Now we have these great LEDs that you can use. You can get a lot of light out of this. I'll talk about that in a quick sec. But this socket has a microchip built into the bottom of this, which allows this to be a dimmer as well. So you'll notice when you kind of turn it on, you'll hear a click. Turn it off, it'll click on. You can go up to full power by just turning this little knob, and then you kind of click it back off again, and then you're good to go. So why don't we talk about the kind of bulbs you can use in this. And the recommended bulb is up to 150 watt incandescent, and that kind of goes back to when there were three-way bulbs that were 150 watts. And there probably are still some out there. If you want to use them, you can use them with this without a problem. But if you want to go LED, you can do all kinds of things. So the regular LEDs that we had when we were younger are type A19s, and it's really the size of the bulb. Back when I was a kid, this was a 60 watt or 75 watt incandescent. Now these are generally anything from a 40 watt incandescent up to a 100 watt incandescent. And I have found these at like a Walmart in Vermont at 100 watt incandescent for an A19, 100 watt equivalent LED at a Walmart in Vermont. So if I can find it, you can find it. They're all out there. But the harp on this is pretty big. So this will accommodate other bulbs. So don't think you can just have to do an A19. If you want to go a little bigger, there's room in that harp to put in bigger bulbs. This is an A20. This is an A21. See, it's slightly bigger. And we'll compare it to this guy. See how they kind of go up in step. So anyway, this is a 100 watt equivalent LED that it's called a phosphorus LED, just so you know. It's clear, has a little phosphorus lines running through, and I got this at Home Depot in a 4-pack of 100 watt equivalents. Pretty good deal, I thought. I've also found these at Walmart too. I found these online. These can go up to 150 watt equivalent all the way to a 200 watt equivalent. Do you need that much light coming out of here? Probably not, but it's available if you do need it. So it's just good to know that you can use these kind of bulbs. They're just medium base. We all grew up with this. We all know how they work. They just screw in. It takes one quick second, and there. But like I said before, you can get these all over. The color of the light they're going to be offering these to you is going to be kind of varied. They'll offer these to you in 2700 Kelvin. That's a super yellow light. You'll see in the box they're also going to be called daylight on some of these things. Daylight is a very bluish white light, like an outdoor overcast sky or maybe a hospital waiting room, that kind of blue-white light. What we like to use in our showroom is called soft white or warm white, and that's always going to be 3000 Kelvin, and that's the nice warm light coming down on my hands right now. So that's what we like to use here, and that's what this guy is. So when you're out there looking, just make sure a couple things. Get the color temperature that you like. You're probably going to find more in 3000 Kelvin and 4000, 5000 Kelvin than you would 2700 Kelvin. Those are a little harder to find, but still, that 3000 Kelvin casts a really nice warm light that mimics an incandescent bulb. Remember, it's called warm white or soft white, and just make sure that the bulbs are dimmable. It'll tell you either online or right on that box. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton forged fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton forged. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton forged doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.